Batman Knightfight is an amazing DC KO tie-in. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna pick up with Batman before the DC KO tournament, and we get this monologue of Batman saying, "Gotham, another night, another crime. This is what I trained for. My mission to protect the city I call home. But my body's age betrays me." And pretty much Professor Pig is causing trouble in Gotham, and Batman's trying to get there as fast as he can, but he's too late. And we flip over and we see that the whole thing is engulfed in flames, with Batman saying, "I should have known, my sons. There was a time when I was alone in Gotham, but that was a lifetime ago. Now my family patrols the streets with me. Watching them work, it's impossible not seeing myself in each of them." And Batman is pretty much listing the characteristics he sees in each of them. And what he said about Jason got me questioning something, because Batman, you get your anger out pretty well.
Get in there.
Anyways, back to the comic. And after Batman sees all the Robins humping him out, he thinks to himself, does Gotham still need me? And then we pick up at the events of the DC KO tournament where Batman had died. But we see that Batman isn't really dead. He turns into a stone statue. And we see this ping on his chest as he teleports away. And we get this clean shot of Batman appearing on the roof in Gotham. Y'all, this suit is so clean. Let me know what y'all think about it. But man, I love the blue on it. And we get explained why he disappeared. And in classic Batman fashion, it was his contingency plan. In case he lost around, he had Apocalypse tech in him so he could teleport when he was out of the fight. Like, bro, this guy has a contingency plan for everything. But Batman's realizing this isn't the Gotham he left behind, so he contacts the Watchtower, but he hears nothing. And we flip over and we see a bunch of Robins after Batman saying it's the Bat who fell, the OG. And Batman is all confused, saying Robins, but none that I know, the Bat who fell. And they start opening fire on him, saying take him down. And we have one of the Robins saying, I'm calling it in. This is Robin 52. We have an illegal Batman sighting. And while all this is happening, Batman is kind of analyzing them, with Batman saying they're well trained but not by me. I recognize their style, the swarm pattern, the speed and aerodynamics of attacks. They didn't sneak up on me. They have a flair for dramatics instead, and I suspect I know who taught them. And Batman realizes that they're leading him somewhere, so he lets them. And once the Robins get Batman where they wanted him to be, we see another Batman jumping down saying, I warned you, Bruce, if you returned, it would be war. And with Batman immediately realizing that it's Dick Grayson, he says Dick, and Dick Grayson is like, oh, so you remember me, good. And Batman is asking, how long ago did we defeat Darkseid? Who won the tournament? And he has no idea what he's talking about, saying Darkseid tournament, what are you talking about? You know what you did. And he ends up telling Batman, you had your own special brand of midlife crisis. Your body was giving up on you, but you refused to give up being Batman. I tried to help you, but you rejected me. You rejected all of us. And then Batman interrupts him saying, I was in a tournament to defeat Darkseid, to save us all. And Nightwing's Batman essentially thinks Bruce has gone crazy. And he's naming other people that's gone crazy too. And once he mentions Selina, that catches Bruce off guard, giving Nightwing the chance to capture Bruce. And he shows Bruce what he has made while he was gone. So we flip over and see it's the Bat Tower. So essentially what this is Nightwing has built a facility to create Robins everywhere around the world to help stop crime everywhere, not just Gotham. And he unmasked himself, and hold on, why does he mog? And he was essentially telling Batman that he was going to carry on his legacy, but Batman said, I never wanted this for you. And he goes on to explain that he didn't want him to continue the burden of Batman, and he wanted Nightwing to keep the identity that he created, which was Nightwing. But Dick replies pretty much saying, without Batman, you know you're nothing. But Bruce already knows something isn't right. He needs to figure out why. And Nightwing is pretty much telling him, don't try to escape, stand down. And Batman replies, did you forget who trained you? And y'all, the fight between them is amazing. And Batman is sort of breaking down Nightwing as they fight, saying, even now, I'm in awe of him, how he moves. I always focus on fighting fast and hard, but he is fluid. Muscle memory makes his moves effortlessly. Dick was born for this. And I love how he's saying that as Dick is absolutely destroying him in this fight so far. And y'all, this is straight elder abuse. Nightwing is saying, you out of breath, old man? But Batman eventually gets the upper hand on him, saying, let's go. We're finding out what really happened to get me here, together. Grabbing his cape, Nightwing flicks it off, saying, I only wear the cape out of tradition. I learned to fight without it. Can you just admit it, Bruce? And y'all, we get this clean page of him saying, I'm a better Batman than you, punching Bruce Wayne's Batman to the ground. Y'all, this reminds me of that one Ninja Turtle scene where Leo fought Raph. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And no, Nightwing got my goat laid out on the ground like that. I don't even know who to call the real Batman anymore. Nightwing talking to Batman saying, this is the end, Bruce. You're not Batman anymore. Reaching his hand out saying, you did it. Gotham doesn't need you. You can stop obsessing now. And Batman's thinking to himself, I'm too blind to see it's his turn. He did something I couldn't. But then Batman gets another ping in his chest. Realizing it's the mother box in his armor, he knows knows he's still receiving a signal from the heart of Apocalypse. Batman getting up ready to fight again, saying, I think I know what's happening, what happened with the tournament, what I have to do. And Nightwing's Batman is saying, please don't do this. Bruce is saying, fight me. And y'all, this fight is amazing. They're fighting in the rain, and Batman is saying, if you're really Batman, where are your brothers? And Nightwing drops the biggest bomb with him saying, you said there can only be one Batman. There can only be you. They're not here because you killed them. Y'all, this comic is insane. Thank y'all so much for watching, y'all. If y'all enjoyed this, let me know in the comment section below. If there's anything else y'all want me to cover, let me know as well. God bless y'all. Peace.